This person does not exist. Internet uploads millions of new photos every single day, but there is one website that shows you photos of people who have never existed. The name of this website is This Person Doesn't Variety. At first glance, it looks completely normal. Open the website, and a random person's face appears in front of you. A teenager, a businessman, an elderly woman, or someone who looks exactly like a real person. But this is where the strange part begins. The person you're looking at does not exist anywhere in the world. They have no name, no address, no life, because no camera ever captured them. This website was launched in 2019, and behind it was NVIDIA engineer Philip Wang. The website uses artificial intelligence. Every time you refresh the page, AI generates a completely new face from scratch. No original photo, no real model, just algorithms. And yet, the result looks so realistic that most people can't tell the difference the first time they see it. This technology is called GANs, or Generative Adversarial Networks. In simple words, one AI creates a fake image, and another AI tries to detect that fake image. This process repeats again and again, until the image looks almost perfect. And perhaps that's what disturbed people the most. Because the problem isn't the website, the problem is the realization that we can no longer confirm whether someone is real just by looking at a photo. And if one website can create fake people, then the next website tells us about people who were very real and whose final moments still exist on the internet today. Plane crash info. Plane crash info is one of those internet pages that leads people back to past tragedies. The website is an archive of aviation accidents. It collects reports, timelines, and investigation details from plane crashes around the world. Its most famous section is known as Last Words. In this section, the final communications between pilots and air traffic control are preserved. Some conversations begin normally, then slowly, the situation starts turning into an emergency, and in some cases, these were the final words ever received from the cockpit. Because of this, the website doesn't feel like just a collection of aviation data. Behind every page is a real incident, real passengers, real crew, and real consequences. The website is also used as a reference by aviation students, researchers, and accident investigators. But for ordinary visitors, the most disturbing part isn't the recordings or transcripts. It's the realization that these are not fictional stories. These are moments that actually happened in the real world. And when the internet preserves a tragedy in such detail, even a simple archive can feel deeply unsettling. Heaven's Gate. Back in the 1990s, the internet was still in its early stages. At a time when many organizations didn't even have websites, a cult called Heaven's Gate began using the internet to spread its message. The cult was led by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles. They believed that humans could reach a higher existence, and their beliefs also included aliens and extraterrestrial life. To explain their teachings, they created a website where visitors could read their beliefs, articles, and instructions. In 1997, during the appearance of the Hale-Bopp comet, the cult developed the belief that a spacecraft was hidden behind the comet. According to them, there was only one way to reach that spacecraft. Because of that belief, 39 members committed mass suicide. The incident became one of the most famous cult cases in American history, but the website made the story even more unusual, because the website never disappeared. Even today, preserved versions of it still exist online, and when someone visits it, it feels as if time has been frozen in 1997. That's why people don't see Heaven's Gate as just a website. It feels more like a preserved crime scene from internet history. LHOHQ. Most websites on the internet are created for some kind of purpose. Some provide information, some sell products, and some exist for entertainment. But LHOHQ is one of those websites whose purpose has never been fully understood. The website started attracting attention from internet users during the 2000s. At first glance, it looks like a random collection of things: flashing images, strange animations, distorted faces, and pages that seem connected to each other, yet somehow lead nowhere understandable. The deeper someone explores the website, the stranger the pages become. Because of this, people spent years debating its meaning. Some called it a digital art project, some called it an internet experiment, and some believed a hidden message was buried somewhere inside it. But no official explanation ever appeared. And perhaps that's exactly why LHOHQ feels disturbing, because humans naturally feel uncomfortable around the unknown. And here, the unknown isn't just one page, it's the entire website. The Hidden Wiki. Most people think the internet is only what appears on Google, but there is a part of the internet that doesn't appear on normal search engines. This area is commonly known as the dark web, and the Hidden Wiki is one of the most famous directories within it. The website is essentially a collection of links, from which users can access various dark web pages. To access it, a normal browser isn't enough. Instead, people use the Tor browser. The website itself does not host illegal content, but it can lead users to websites that may be legal or illegal. For that reason, the Hidden Wiki has been surrounded by controversy for years. Some people use the dark web for privacy and anonymity. Journalists and activists sometimes use the technology as well. But within the same environment, scams, illegal marketplaces, and disturbing content can also be found. And that's what makes the Hidden Wiki unsettling, because before clicking a link, you never truly know what's waiting behind it. Rotten.com. In the early days of the internet, websites were usually created for information, games, or entertainment. But in 1996, a website appeared that pushed shock value to an entirely new level. Its name was Rotten.com. At first glance, it looked nothing like a normal website. Visitors didn't find funny videos or interesting articles there. Instead, they found real crime scenes, serious accidents, medical photographs, and images that many people would never want to see. The purpose of the website was not described as disturbing people. Rather, its creators claimed they wanted to show uncensored reality on the internet, the things that television, newspapers, and mainstream media often chose not to show. But for that exact reason, Rotten.com quickly became one of the most controversial websites on the internet. Some people considered it educational, some called it the dark side of the internet, and many people visited it simply out of curiosity, only to regret it afterward. During the 2000s, internet forums often carried a common warning: if you're going to Rotten.com, think twice first, because what you might see there was not easy to forget. For that reason, Rotten.com earned a legendary reputation in internet culture. Today, the website is no longer as active as it once was, but its name is still remembered as one of the websites that made people realize for the first time that not everything on the internet is entertainment. Sometimes, reality itself becomes the most disturbing content of all.